all dear supporters of ICAC NPO, supporters of Cantonese and Traditional Chinese. I'm so glad that you like all those videos that we have been producing, especially the recent series about the song of Below the Lion Rock, 獅子山下. So we have finished 2 parts. So today we are going to do the third part. Okay. So the third part is a chorus part. We call them 副歌, or we can call it 合唱部分. That means this part is repeated. Okay. And then maybe sung by the whole team or a few singers together. So it's 合唱 or 副歌 to be repeated. So I will read out the Cantonese first and then my English version so that you understand the basic meaning of the sentences first, of the phrases first, and then I'll go into detail. So 放開彼此心中矛盾，理想一起去追，同舟人誓相隨，無畏更無懼。Alright, then the English version. I will translate in this way. Let go of the mutual conflict in our hearts. Chase after our ideals together. People in the same boat pledged to follow bravely and boldly. Alright, here's the detail. 同舟人, 同 means together or the same. So we are in the same boat. So 舟 is the boat. So we are people in the same boat. 同舟人. Okay? Sorry, I should do the 放開彼此心中矛盾 first. Okay? 放開 means let go. 心中 心 is heart or inner. 矛盾 is conflict. So you can translate into let go of the mutual conflict. Because this conflict is 彼此, that means each other's conflict. So 彼此 mutual, that means between you and us. That is mutual. Mutual conflict. Conflict is the 矛盾. Okay? So you can translate into the inner mutual conflict or the mutual conflicts in our hearts. Okay? Because 心中is heart, or you can say inner. Okay? Anything inner your inside. Okay? Your soul, your heart. You can say inner. Okay? For example, your inner fear. Okay? Your inner feeling. Okay? So in our hearts. 矛盾 actually 矛盾 is 2 words. So of course in Chinese, in written Chinese, very often we nowadays the modern English in written we always very often we use a 2-word term for a meaning. For example, 彼此 that means between you and us. In English you can translate into mutual. Okay, so you cannot just say 彼心中 or 此心中. If 此 just here. This, okay? 彼 just means yours, okay? So 彼此 you and here, that means between you and us, mutual, okay? And then, so 矛盾 is typically a 2-word term, which if you separate the 2 words, the meaning won't be the same, because you cannot just say that 矛 represent conflict or 盾 will represent conflict, because the 2-word term 矛盾 are 2 objects, okay? They are not an object. 2 objects represent the meaning of conflict. And then this meaning actually is brought out from a story, from a very traditional Chinese story, that the merchant who sells the spears, he also sells the shield, okay? And then he always boasts his spear as the best spear in the world, that you can pierce through all the shields. And then when he boasts his shield, he said that this shield is the best shield in the world that no spear can pierce through. So you can see how conflicts come by. So it is contradictory. You cannot boast your spears and your shields at the same time, saying that both of them are the best, and then they are in conflict. So that is why we take 矛盾 to represent the meaning of conflict. So it doesn't mean that the word itself means conflict. It is the story about this selling of 矛 and 盾 and brings out the meaning of 矛盾 conflict. Okay, so 放開彼此心中矛盾理想理想you can translate into dreams or ideals. Okay, so here I will translate into ideals because dreams sometimes in Chinese we say 夢想 because dream is 夢 make a dream 發夢 so dreams we will use 夢想 but ideals is 理想 for example your ideal job means 你嘅理想工作咯you can say 你嘅夢想工作 but when we say 理想 that means usually we think that something we can attain something we can get it we can get by our own effort 夢想 sometimes it seems because it's a dream so in our concept it seems that more unreal more difficult to attain okay so usually when something more practical, more realistic that we can really attain after our effort, maybe long-time effort, okay, or dedicated effort that at least we can get it. So that is 理想. So what is the ideal job? So not just a dream, okay? The best one that you want to get it, okay? So 理想 better translate into ideals. Chase after our ideals, okay? Chase means 追趕啦 you follow someone or something some objects and then you run after he she or it then that is chase so in English we need a preposition chase after okay but in Chinese or Cantonese it's not a must that we use a preposition okay it is not common so we just say 追 actually it is to 追的理想 okay but in English we must chase after our ideal you cannot just say chase your ideals okay so 理想一起去追一起 means together right and then 去咧here chase after our dreams together so between chase and together there is no preposition in English right just chase after the dreams together okay but 去追啦 actually 去 is also can also be a verb go is 去 okay that means we go and chase after okay it doesn't mean that 去 is you must use 去 after the 追你想一起追 is okay of course we need maybe here we need one more word so 一起去追 or for 6 words then the whole wisdom it will be better or 一起去追 means you have to take some effort you have to go and then chase okay so that is Chinese okay so and then 同舟人 just now I explained already we are in the same boat people in the same boat 勢相隨相 also means together okay when there are two then we can say 相 because for example two people fall in love 相愛啦 okay and then 勢 means make a promise here I translate into pledge because pledge means a more serious and formal promise okay similar to promise but I think that and also find that pledge means more than promise okay sometimes we say it is a void promise but we seldom say it is a void pledge because promise just say oh I promise too easy to say but if you use I pledge even when you say it, it seems more effort and then the word means a more serious and formal promise so you won't easily just make a void pledge okay so 勢相隨隨 means follow 啦無畏更無懼 here also actually you can omit the 更 just now you can omit the 去 but maybe also here the song need one more word or one more word is better or one more word you can actually emphasize the meaning more for example 無畏無懼 yes yeah it already means both 無畏 and 無懼 but when we say 無畏更無懼 because 更 means more okay so actually even 無畏 and 無懼 actually they mean the same, exactly the same, okay? But when we put a 更 in between, it sounds really better, okay? 無畏更無懼啊。And 無畏無懼, it is a forward term, okay? You can just simply use it. And then this forward term is a very typical Chinese forward term, which both two words form a part. And then the two parts of these forward terms, actually, they have same meaning. But of course, because in Chinese and advanced Chinese or even in a very traditional use of Chinese, actually a forward term actually is a good Chinese, okay? Whether you say that 我無畏又無懼，or 我唔單止無畏，我更加無懼， just 無畏無懼 ，okay? 面對任何風浪，我無畏更無懼，我無畏無懼 ，alright? So畏 is fear, 懼 is also fear. So 無畏無懼 actually just emphasize the meaning of no fear. So I think today is quite long because I try to explain more in detail, even in English and Chinese and Cantonese. So hope you like it. See you. Bye bye.